Now we can talk about the data interpretation questions. On every GRE quant section, you're likely to see one set of these data interpretation questions. You'll usually be a chart or a graph, and then 3 or 4 questions in a row that ask about that graph or that chart. When the figure appears, there'll usually be a message something like, questions 16 and 18 are based on the following data, and so that will be up as you go through those 3 questions. The questions on the GRE data interpretation can be multiple choice questions, i.e. problem solving, multiple answer questions, or numeric entry. There are no quantitative comparison questions in the GRE data interpretation. Also, there are no new question formats to learn for the data interpretation. It's just the same old math question formats, the 3 at the top, that we've already been talking about. There's also no new math to learn. It's all the same math we have already been learning. Data interpretation tends to focus on real-world math, math that arises in real-world scenarios, percents, statistics, ratios, that sort of thing. What's different from the rest of the quant section is the skill of reading graphs and interpreting visual information. Most of these, though, are graphs you have been reading for your entire life. We will review the different types of graph, but many will be familiar. It's important to note that unlike GRE geometry diagrams, all data interpretation graphs are drawn to scale. That implies some important strategies that we'll discuss in the next video. Some data interpretation questions demand a little more time than other quant questions, and you may have to allot as much as 2 minutes for the most challenging ones. So because of all the information, these are arguably the most time-consuming questions on the whole quant section. So you want to be prepared for that. In the next video, we'll talk about some basic strategies for the data interpretation problems.